So the other thing I like to let you guys know about is community. Okay, one of the things that the JKD process is about is community. I started my journey in Jeet Kune Do years ago, right? Not so much because I wanted to be able to punch and kick and things like that, and certainly that's important. But frankly, you can learn to punch and kick, very similarly at a lot of different places, right? Almost anyone can teach you now how to punch and kick properly, right? Or to some degree of efficiency. Just YouTube it, right? And there's someone who can show you how to punch and kick and things like that to a similar extent, right? But what drew me really to Jeet Kune Do really was the philosophy and the community, okay? And so that really is the most important aspect, right? So for us and for me personally, to me, it doesn't matter how good you are at Jeet Kune Do, right? Or how well you can execute movements and things like that, or how well you can compete and fight. Really what matters and the why behind what we do is how can we be better human beings, right? How can we be better people? Bruce Lee would say, under the sky, under the heavens, there is but one family, right? Regardless of our race, our ethnicity, our background, where we come from, right? We're all human beings, right? And so the idea is that, hey, let's work together. Let's get along, right? Let's solve our problems. Let's solve our differences, right? And we can use martial arts, right, as a means to do so. Okay, so part of it for us is really building that community, right? So if you do, join the program and you sign up, right, and once you earn your first rank, right, you'll be invited. We have a Facebook group, okay, on Facebook. You'll be invited to that group. It's got our in-person students and our online students all in the same group because we want all of us really be, part of that community. Talk about JKD. Talk about non-JKD stuff, right? Just whatever, okay? So it's one of those things, right? The other aspect too, if you sign up for the live classes, right, over Zoom, we do those, every week, right? And so you'll have that option, right, to interact with those of us, in person here, okay? At the end of each class, we kind of open up the floor, both for online students and, the folks that are here in person, because we want to be able to discuss and talk and, share different things. One of the things we're starting to do now is talk about the application of Jeet Kune Do, right, and martial arts in general outside of the school, right, outside of our training, right? How do we apply these principles in life, right? Because that's really what we're about, right? The JKD process, right? Our motto is we make fighters, right? And yeah, okay, it's not so much, okay, well, yeah, maybe it's fighting in the ring or cage if that's what you do, right? So for most of us, that's not our path, right? It's self-defense, right? It's fighting for our lives and protecting ourselves and our loved ones. But it's also just, sometimes your fight is just in life, okay, right? Sometimes it's just hard just to get out of bed in the morning, right? Or, go to school or work, or, if you're doing exams or you're, struggling in whatever aspect of your life, relationships, finances, right? So we all have something we're fighting, right? Something we're battling, right? And so the JKD process, the idea of we make fighters, right? It's the idea of, hey, we want to give you the tools, right? Through martial arts, right? That you can apply outside of martial arts, okay? So that it's bigger than just, I just want to be able to punch and kick, okay? Because that's really not, that's really not what it's about, okay? That's an important aspect, right? You got to be able to defend yourself. We want you to be able to defend yourself, okay? But beyond that, okay, we want to be better people, okay? So one of the other things that we do is support charities, okay? So there's two charities in particular that we support. One is called Give Directly. And if you're not familiar with them, they help folks who live in extreme poverty globally, just all over the world. And so that's a cause that's important to me. Thankfully, I've not been in extreme poverty, but I can only imagine those situations and those circumstances, okay? And so Give Directly, their whole idea or concept is to help folks to be more independent, right? Instead of just giving them kind of a handout and, and making them somewhat dependent on the charity for food and resources and things like that, they just give, folks just straight cash, right? So that way they can invest in themselves, right? They can build equipment and purchase items and products that will help sustain them in the long run. Okay, so that's the idea. That's one of the charities we support, and the other one is Hope for Haiti, right? So for me personally, I happened to get a chance to get down to Haiti in 2010 after the earthquake. Again, massive destruction, everywhere. And even since then, if you're familiar with the history of Haiti, they've been through a lot. Okay, and not to bore you with the details, but they've been through a lot, and so that's just something that we do. Hope for Haiti. We just want to make sure that that's a cause and a people that have been through a lot. So those are some of the charities we support. I highly recommend, if you have a charity or a cause that you believe in, definitely support it, financially and through other means. Okay, because ultimately, as Bruce said, right, we're all one family. Okay, so that's what we're building. That's what we're about.